Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya. Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Arati Keshoba. Shobha Janavitata-vani Jagamanaloba Jaga Jana Manaloba. Dakini Taijan Bamigadahara Daki Bolo Bamigadahara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachhatradara Nikate Gorachan Ratna Simasani Bose Rachan Arati Korena Brahma Adideva Gani Arati Naradi Adi Kori Shamaradulaya Naradi Madhura Midanga Bhaje Paramarasala Radhura Gorangela Roti Shobha Jagajana Manalo Jagajana Manaloba Shankha baje ganta baje Madhu 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 baje Madhu 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 baje Baho Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Yudvala Baho banamala kori jalamala gala Siva Sukhana Radha Premi Gada Gada Siva Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gadara Sampada Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Rakshamam Krishna 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 Rakshamam Krishna 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 Pahimam Krishna Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshamam Rama Raghava Rakshamam Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahimam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prisaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namah Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasyatari Shatarine Nam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Shri Radhe Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paryacharya Asatari Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai Namachari Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Sri Sri Rama Madhava Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Shama Sundar Ki Jai Gaura Premanande Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya Sanadana Danaine Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha महावीर की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, नंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Before I pass it on to Premanand. Hare Krishna, welcome all to the Sunday Love Feast. I just want to make one serious announcement, and then I pass it on to Premananda. So please, let us listen carefully. Please, it's very important. When we all leave in this area, we have the main road, we look out for cars passing. Please, the fence that is there, people is be walking there and riding their bike. Let us be careful and be careful looking for people, although they'll be looking out. Because if something happened there, we will be blamed for it. And it could be a heavy charge. Okay, please, you're going out, driving through the gate, watch out for people walking or riding their bike. They will see you, but sometimes people just zoom around and you have to stay at the road because you have the cars. Again, please be careful.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. On behalf of ISKCON founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, I would like to welcome all of you to ISKCON Naperville. Is there anyone here for the first time? And if so, please come and receive a gift from the temple. Anyone is here first time? No? No one. Okay. Just keep it with you. So today's Sunday feast class will be given by His Grace Vamsidhari Prabhu. And Vamsidhari Prabhu does not require any special introduction from me. Everybody knows him. He's a Bhakti Yoga practitioner, I think over 15 years or so, lives in Naperville. And his passion is to study Srimad Bhagavatam, distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, conduct classes with the devotees who are reading, who are interested in reading Srimad Bhagavatam. He has many reading groups. And yesterday was this Bhadra Purnima festival, and I'm sure, I don't know exactly what is today's topic. I'm sure he will be speaking something about Srimad Bhagavatam distribution, and I'm sure he will share with you the number of volumes or number of sets we distributed and all those things. But more than anything else, I mean, it's not just the number, that's not what we are talking about. It is about the devotees whose heart and soul are in service to Krishna, in service to Srimad Bhagavatam, and therefore they need to be glorified. And there is a whole team of people here working with Vamsidhari Prabhu. Once again, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of them, my humble obeisances to them, and definitely a big Haribol congratulations to Vamsidhari Prabhu. Yeah. This is, you're going to fix this?
Hare Krishna everyone. So this is like an impromptu class for me today, but it's with Srimad Bhagavatam, so we are good to go. So we'll have some fun 45 minutes. Since it's impromptu, I requested my wife to sing, so she will sing Jai Radha Madhava.
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना ब्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना ब्रज जनरञ्जना जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, गोवर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. All closed assembled dudes, Hare Krishna. All closed assembled. thing. It's too much for me. Can you relate to it? So then Kapila Muni says, don't worry. Through the process of devotional service, we can dissolve the mind. So that's the point I want to bring it to. So, especially fortunate we are being the residents of Kali Yuga. There is a pinprick for small issues, and that emotion for those small issues is humongous. It's a lot. Srila Prabhupada, he wrote in the beginning page of Bhagavatam that Bhagavatam can balance that imbalance. Okay? And now is the question, how do we do it? Today only, we went on dropping the Srimad Bhagavatam sets to some of the homes, and we were sharing. So much power is there in the holy name, and but you only need to know, we also need to know how to access it. Right? I was sharing, this is Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna mantra is called Maha Mantra. Mantra is very powerful, and Maha Mantra is Maha powerful. It has all the mantras. So the trick for receiving the benefit of the Maha Mantra is the mantra, you say it, and also you hear it. When somehow or other we hear the mantra and goes inside the heart, tell me that your heart is not feeling happy, or you're not starting to jump. I even quoting, if you come to ISKCON temple for the aartis, you see that nobody can sit there in the aarti. They're just standing, not just standing, they're just jumping up and down. So that's the power of the mantra. So similarly, Bhagavatam also, we need to learn how to access the power of it. So the ask, when we were distributing so many sets, the ask for everyone, let me elaborate what is this distributing Bhagavatam sets. So, Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedas, and it is written by Vyasadeva at his maturity. Meaning, you are writing a book, so that means you do a lot of research, then only write a book, whether it be recipe book or anything, right? So, Vyasadeva has written all the Vedas. That means he has mastered the science and core of the Vedas. And then he presented the Bhagavatam. So, it has the essence. When you say essence of the Vedas, that means it's Krishna. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that Vedascha sarver ahameva vedyo. If you are studying Vedas, I am to be known. And so, I lost the train of thought. And we will continue. Bhagavatam is nice. What's that? What, Prabhu?
This is Kali Yuga, everything is short.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Kali Yuga. Yeah. Anyway, keep it in the home. Yeah, that's the point. So, give some places. The essence of the Vedas means Krishna. Know that when we are having Bhagavatam in the home, it's Krishna. Krishna, in his, it's his trick that he wants to somehow come into our home and somehow want to see us and talk with us and so on. Of course, he is there in our heart as Paramatma. We are originally from spiritual world, and when we left the spiritual world, came to this material world, he is also accompanying in our heart as Paramatma. But there is a little bit limitation for that. The limitation is we cannot hear him. Or even if he is saying something to us, the mind will take over. and the mind's business is to keep us in this world. So that's the reason he took the form of scripture and coming into our home. When he is coming into our home, the only thing we were asking for this Bhagavatam distribution, when we are keeping the Bhagavatam in the homes, the only request we were making is, please care them nicely. When you are cleaning the home once a week or once a month, dust them. Care them. You care them nicely, Bhagavatam also cares us nicely. And if you read it, it's a bonus. If you read it, that's it. You cannot stay in this material world. That's the full stop statement. Okay? So that was the ask, care nicely. Bhagavatam will do a lot of magic. So then comes, what is the best way to receive the benefit of Bhagavatam? The best way of receiving benefit of Bhagavatam, this is another secret. I'm going to share it with you all. You can also share it with others. The process of devotional service is always self-propelling. Self-propelling means you want to progress in devotional service, you do the devotional service and the devotional service will grow. So meaning, when you are doing this mantra, you hear the mantra, you want to do one more mantra. You do 2 mantras, you want to do one more, you want to do one more, you want to do one more. Making sense? So, Vyasadeva himself says in the first beginning chapter, 3rd text, how to receive Bhagavatam. How to receive Bhagavatam is submission and attention. Submission and attention means coming from different experiences in the world, we have different conceptions and different understandings. For example, the prominent conception we all have is who we are, is we say we are the body. I am so and so, I'm Indian, I'm American, and so on. I'm a man, I'm a girl, and so on. Right? Those are all the conceptions only for this birth or, so this limited time. I'm engineer, is a limited time. Only as long you're engineer, right? But we approach with this conception to Bhagavatam and we want to prove our conception to Bhagavatam, it may not work. It will work still because Bhagavatam is powerful. It will still work, but it will take a lot of struggle. Instead of that, what Vyasadeva says in the very beginning, in the first 3rd verse, he says is, as soon you give attention and submission, you will at once realize Krishna. So that's the Vyasadeva statement. Okay. So Prabhupada also elaborates in the 3rd chapter, giving an example, like when we open the Bhagavatam, the first narration, first conversation starts with between sages of Naimisharanya and Sutta Goswami. Sutta Goswami tells how he learned the Bhagavatam. The way he learned the Bhagavatam is, he says, I drank it. He said there is a word nivesta. So in that, Prabhupada explains that you cannot give attention if you are not pure in action. We cannot be pure in action, if you are not having pure habits and so on, pure in eating, sleeping, and so on. But Prabhupada says in that purport, it's a nice purport. First chapter, first canto, 3rd chapter, last verse. He says, last but one sentence. But you somehow or other give attention, then you will see the magic flowing. Okay? So, how do we bring the best attention? Is at least from my experience, I can tell about my story now. So I had come to a point in my life that nothing is working, especially my health was going down about like 10, 15 years back. And for me, it was a no-no because I'm still young and I was not able to accept my health is going down. And then my job was like, 2-hour train ride. So then I somehow got it down to 1 train ride. That was also not working. Then I got into, car drive, because if you have the car, when the body is really down, you can just go to the car and, just get a little bit refreshed. So somehow or other, Krishna's kind arrangement, he is so merciful. He arranged the job situation still not near, but it is a far 1-hour drive. And that too, it's a trafficy route. And it was not easy for me. I was even telling to my spiritual master, I don't know if I can handle this. And he said, maybe try carpool, like that. Interestingly, the job I joined was, the project I was in, it was a highly visible project. So that means very active project. Basically, they put everyone into a meeting room and then they said, you work. There was not even, cabins there. So it was like, come to the dead spot. So then somehow or other, I didn't have time, I don't have energy. So that's when I started. I just kept the Bhagavatam near to the place where, get out of the home. So just 2 pages, 5 minutes, I was reading. And imagine, it was very strengthening, very good. So now I can give something supporting statement from scriptures. That recently, when Ramapada Maharaj was visiting here, he was telling about the glories of Bhagavatam, and he narrated the story of Dundikari. So basically, the story is, in short, there are 2 brothers. One of the brother is bad, way bad and bad and bad and bad. Very bad. Very bad. Very bad. So much so, he dies and he becomes a ghost. Another brother is really good man. So the brother who is in the ghost body kept, nagging his brother, do something, it is so much suffering, so much suffering, so much suffering. Then what's his name? Gokarna, he recites Bhagavatam for 7 days. And when he was reciting the Bhagavatam for 7 days, Dundikari really getting relieved from all the sinful reactions day by day. So much so, on the 7th day, he just got the 400 form and ready to leave. Then Gokarna asks, how is that I am reciting and there are many people sitting in the audience, they are also hearing. None of us are feeling anything. How come you are reaping such benefit? It's important. It's very relatable to us. We have the precious gem in our home and we need to learn how to access the power of it. That what is the Dundikari says? He says, because I'm very badly suffering, I really wanted the relief. I really wanted solace. So that's how I approached Bhagavatam, and here it is. So I thought I will present this sloka. Bhagavatam continuously, as you are reading Bhagavatam, periodically, there is a lot of emphasis on the of the kingdom by his brother son Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana. You know, Duryodhana, Vidura's brother is this Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana, he got upset on Vidura, and he says, just, take him out of the kingdom, just leaving his life here, that's all. Otherwise, if it is someone else, I would kill him. It was bad insult. So Vidura just take advantage of the opportunity and goes to the pilgrimage, and then he gets to meet Maitreya there. So there he presents this question to him. So the verse goes, Sukaya karmani karoti loko, Kaya karmani karoti loko, Natai sukam vanyad uparamam va, Natai sukam vanyad uparamam va, Vindeta bhuya tataeva dukkam, Vindeta bhuya tataeva dukkam, Yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenaha, Yadatra dukkam bhagavan vadenaha. Vidura says, O great sage, everyone in this world engages in fruitive activities to attain happiness. So we engage in anything and anything we are doing, we want happiness. But one finds neither satiation nor the mitigation of distress. So instead of finding happiness, it's a distress. And more so, there is no mitigation of distress. More so, it is a never-ending flow of distress, no satiation. On the contrary, one is only aggravated by such activities. Please therefore give us direction how one should live for real happiness. So he asked this question, and Maitreya, he also asked different questions after that. So Maitreya Muni gets to answer this question in the 8th chapter in the 2nd verse. We'll go a little bit deep into it. Soham nunam kshula sukaya dukkam, Soham nunam kshula sukaya dukkam, Mahad gatanam viramaya tasya, Pravartaye bhagavatam puranam, Pravartaye bhagavatam puranam, Yada sakshat bhagavan rishibhyaha, Sakshat bhagavan rishibhyaha. Soham means that topics basically. Nunam of the people, Kshulla very little, Sukaya happiness, and Dukkha distress, Mahadgatanam they enter into great distress. Basically, people for the sake of very little happiness, Kshulla is very little. For a very little happiness, people in this world enter into Mahadukkha, great distress. The example given is like if you want to buy a sandwich, basically right now it's like that, we are, all of us being in US earn a lot of money, but at the end of the day, what is left is nothing. Because like so much of the money goes for mortgage, so much of the money goes for medical insurance, so much of the money goes for taxes. That's it. Kshulla sukhaya, very little happiness, we get into mahat dukkham. And then viramaya tasya, viramaya means we get a break, mitigation. We can get a break by what? Pravartaye bhagavatam puranam. So here it comes directly, Bhagavatam Puranam. Yadaha Sakshat Bhagavan Rishibhyaha. This is confirmed by Bhagavan Ji, Krishna. And he confirming it to Rishis, great sages. So now we read the translation. Let me now begin speaking on the Bhagavad Purana. which was directly spoken to the great sages by the personality of Godhead. I'll go slowly again. Let me now begin speaking on the Bhagavad Purana, which was directly spoken to the great sages by the personality of Godhead for the benefit of those who are entangled in extreme miseries, Mahadukha, for the sake of very little pleasure. Making sense, Prabhuji, in what is Bhagavatam? Getting into us, why is Bhagavatam is really working hard to get into our lives? This year, we were only planning, for 120 sets because it's a Bhagavatam distribution, especially because it's so glorious. It's a global campaign, and especially for the Purnima day, yesterday. Because on the Purnima day, if one receives as a gift, one gives as a gift, his destination, as I said, if you read Bhagavatam, our life in this material world is done. That's it, guaranteed. We may doubt it. Our doubts only increase the duration, otherwise it's done. We heard from Dundukari, he got it in 7 days. So many stories like that. Dhruva Maharaj, or Chitraketu Maharaj, Chitraketu sees in 7 days. That's it, this Mahapurana, Mahaliterature. So, being so powerful, our founder Acharya has spent a lot of his attention and energy and blood actually. He only slept for 2 hours to provide Bhagavatam to all of us. We are being begged to ask, take the Bhagavatam. He is giving that, we are begged to take the fortune. So this is a whole ISKCON worldwide campaign, and there is a global goal of 45,000 sets. So, Bhagavatam distribution is not easy. You must have experienced it. Not now, bro, we don't have time. But sure, Prabhu. Yeah. But this Bhadra Purnima time, it was a really different energy. It's Krishna's mercy is fully there. It's Krishna's mission. So when this 45,000 mission was set, and from Naperville we are supposed to give a goal. So last year our goal was 108. That itself was humongous for us. Previously we were only doing 50 or 40 or something like that. So 108, and Krishna's mercy, he did 135. So I was not ready for adding more than that. So I said, okay, 108 plus 20% increase. Let's make it 120, something like that. So that also we started just 2 weeks back. When Rompal Maharaj came, that is when we inaugurated the Bhadra distribution. So till then we were only distributed 20 sets and 100 sets to go. We don't know how it will happen. And Krishna, Bhagavatam has a magic. Just flew. They decided where they want to go, and they made us instruments. We are much thankful to our Premananda Mataji. She is the one, actually blessing us a lot. She's creating the platform for us and keeping our Srila Prabhupada much alive in our society, because without him, I don't think any of us will be here. Only his blood is running all of us. Okay. So with that, without inspiration, we can all try to have goal of 400 next year. The reason we are trying to have the goals is very powerful. They are actually our protection. Let me tell a different story now. 6:15 already. But I can take the time today. It's anyway story time, not philosophy. So when we are distributing Bhagavatam, you go and tell them so much. This is so nice. This is like $300, 18 books. It's not easy to convince anyone. Even for the distributors, there is hesitancy. It's really working. I don't know. They're feeling bad or there is so much. So one of the common theme we hear from the people is, I don't want to keep it in the home, because if I'm not reading, I'll feel really bad. That's the biggest common theme. I'm not, or otherwise people say, I got the Bhagavatam, I'm not ready. His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he said, he addressed that one time. He said, he's a Bengali, he talks very, colloquial language. He says, it's good no Baba. You're feeling bad for Bhagavatam. Good thing you're not feeling bad for a health issue or a relationship issue or job issue. It's really a protection. Anyway, we need to feel bad. Being in the Kali Yuga. Why not feel bad and anxious for Bhagavatam? Why not feel bad and anxious for Krishna's job? Right? It is such a protection, really. And the next thing is, it is not that we give out, then only Krishna will consider. We distribute the set, then only Krishna. It's just endeavor. We went to book distribution at Madhavi Mata's community. We had a rocking time that day. She just took us one after one another. And then, we had distributed 7 sets that day. With them, because of their enthusiasm, Krishna really blessed. A lot of encouragement for them. So, I'm really losing my train of thoughts. Yeah, so that's my Kali Yuga. That's, as they've already diagnosed this in the beginning of the Bhagavatam. It's very stressful age. So, I was telling, it is not our credit is we are able to distribute. We are very thankful and glad that we get to participate in Krishna's mission for a minute or a moment or a day. Imagine what Krishna is going to think from his side when we are taking our little steps for his mission. Making sense? So that is the thing. And also having goals really help overcome our emotions. So there will be hit by emotions left and right for sure. It is to be expected being in Kali Yuga. Goals give us something to hang on, give us the energy to get up when we are I'm done for it. Making sense? Maybe let me tell a different way. So it's part of the depression, part of the training for the people who get into depression. So there is a term for it. I forgot the term. So for the depression people, they ask, what is the adventure you would like to do which you think you can never do? And then one lady, she says, I want to go swim with the shark. And really the counselor helped, yes, let's keep that goal. And then that lady, she was in a lot of depression. She was able to get out of the depression and really able to swim with the shark. What to speak if you are having goals to assist Srila Prabhupada and his pure devotees? That's the beauty of Bhagavatam, dear devotees. So, if you are you'll have a goal of 400. And again, it's a fun. Of course, if you are feeling stressed, that is good. We want to feel stress for Krishna's mission. But it is with Krishna, with Bhagavatam, it's fun. Of course, I went through a lot of stress. I should admit that. I was so anxious. I thought, okay, maybe I'll get some chastisement, from the senior leaders, It's a global mission. So they will ask, what happened to the distribution? I thought maybe I'll get some chastisement. Okay, I will live with it. But I kept trusting the Bhagavatam. And that's it. Bhagavatam empowered many devotees in the community and they were able to distribute. And I hope you all got to experience the internal potency. So that's about our Bhagavad Purana, dear devotees. So when we go step by step, we are going to get to the 10th canto, which is really Dasama Mukharavindam. It's the beauty of the Bhagavatam there. We will not get it unless we go from the beginning. But if you go through the beginning and really wait for the 10th canto. When you are reading Bhagavatam, wait for the 10th canto. Goal for it. It is worth the adventure to study the 9 cantos to read the 10th canto. With that, I will pass it on to Her Grace Govinda Mohini Mataji, who had kindly organized this whole festival. and she wants to thank everyone and everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. This morning in the class by Sri Kishore Prabhu, he said something about Srimad Bhagavatam, which kind of encapsulated everything we want to know about Bhagavatam. He said Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us art of living and art of leaving. So that's this book, as Prabhu said, contains everything that we need to know how to lead our life and how to leave our bodies.
By the way, we are still running short of 8 sets. We are trying to make it to 7 sets. If you are going to take it for any of your friends, just take it today only. We'll be reporting today evening from Naperville. We have distributed 200 sets.
Yeah. So first of all, I wanted to offer my gratitude to my spiritual master, His Holiness Ramapat Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, and Sri Sri Radha Madhava to engage me in this service. It was very nice service. It was it was very first time. I don't want to sit up. You want me to sit? And I'm sure you all have heard of Grammy Awards or Emmy Awards, yes? So there is awards that people get for being the main actor and actresses, and there is also an award for supporting role. So I think that's why I'm standing here. Actually, the driving forces for this whole thing was Vamsidhari Prabhu and Shatrupa Mataji. I'm just standing here as a supporting role for them. In their enthusiasm, I was so, I wanted to contribute. And that's what I told Prabhu anyway, I can support. So he gave me the service. So thank you, Prabhu. And so I won't take too much time, but as you know, any festival requires a lot of support. And many, many devotees came together to do and put this festival together. I was just kind of like the middle instrument, connecting people to the services. So I wanted to quickly just announce their names and recognize them for their services. So the first, we started our day with an 8-hour reading Yagna of Srimad Bhagavatam from 7 to 3, which was led by Vamsidhari Prabhu and Lakshmikanta Prabhu. Then for the welcome table, Radhe Mataji and Rachna Mataji, they were there welcoming everybody to the festival. And the altar setup was done by Chintamani Mataji, Suniti Mataji, Priyanka Mataji and their team. Yeah. Temple hall setup was done by Shatrupa Mataji, Kalpataru Mataji and Shraddha Mataji. And garland that you see right here, there was long garland made by Janaki Kumari Mataji for Srimad Bhagavatam. Prasadam cooking was done by Lakshmikanta Prabhu, and he had many, many people who came to help him. Kishore Prabhu, Ajit Prabhu, Rachna Mataji and their 2 kids, Jyoti Mataji, Ratnavali Mataji, Pichton and Deepu Mataji. Is that my missing? And myself, sorry. Serving prasadam was done by Sandeep Prabhu, Alpesh Prabhu and Tejas Prabhu. Cleaning, as always, was done by Vrindavan Prabhu and his team. Donation collection was done by Amritakeli Mataji and Suniti Mataji. And Arti and Kirtan was led by Shaurya and Baladev. And we also, from our entire Naperville Sankirtan team, we want to thank all our congregation members for supporting, coming forward, and participating in this festival. This festival obviously wouldn't be without all of you being here and encouraging us. So very, very, very sincere thanks to all of you. And last but not least, our temple president, Premananda Mataji, who's always encouraging us, always supporting us, and always telling us to keep going in this Srila Prabhupada's mission and serving him for his pleasure. Thank you all so very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, give a big hand to the book distribution team. So, I think continuation on this in a different way. When we started this temple construction, like it is like now more about an year, and at that time, in the very beginning time itself, we were thinking what would be the organizational structure for this place, because you can see the growth, the tremendous amount of growth, and the number of devotees, like what Govinda Mohini read out, it's not one person's effort, hundreds of devotees. And so, how do we engage everyone in the service of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna? This is everybody's task. And so, keeping this in mind, I had gathered information from all the other wonderful big temples here in the North America, and came up with an organizational structure, which is basically, we already have these many teams here, about 21 or 22, and each one of those teams already have leads who are working, but giving them a title which is chairman of each team, and then there is a large number of people working with them, team leads, and under them still, they are working with a number of people. So how do we build this? This is the temple side, and then we have the extended community out there. And as you know already, from the Janmashtami festival, we had over 400 people who came here to do services in this temple, and that's only going to increase. And this temple belongs to them also. So when they come here, they may want to sweep the temple or whatever it is they want to do. So how do you engage them within this structure? The other part is younger generation who has already now, first generation had grown up, and they are working, like Yash is a typical example, not yet married, but will get married. His brother is getting married, I know that. So keeping them in mind, because they would want to work in any department in this temple, and they should be able to come and join any department they want to join. So these are three things I have considered very seriously, and created this structure where everyone can come and sign up. And some forms had gone out. I don't even know because I'm not an IT person. So I needed help in getting these sign-up forms, and it has been sent out to the community, and I haven't looked who all signed up. But if you have not signed up, because you are already in various teams, please go ahead and sign up in anywhere that you find. But first read the instructions, because it looks like maybe many people did not understand, or maybe are not reading instructions, what is a chairman and what is a team lead. The name means something. Chairman is somebody who should have the ability to guide the people in meetings, and and tell them what it is, and making sure every team lead is doing what they are doing. I'm not going to be involved in any of that. So this is like now independent service opportunities for everybody. So please, if you have not signed up, please sign, because we have only little time to finish making those committees. Nominate people who have some leadership qualities. You yourself sign up. Let other people know. this is going on. And if you don't understand what is the difference between a chairman and team lead, come and ask me. It's an open door policy. Anybody can come and ask me. I'm repeatedly telling this for a long time, but but I'm just again reiterating. But thank you for being part of this vibrant community, because it is because of you this temple is here. Because of you that temple is getting built. Because of you our deities need to get installed. It is all for you. 100% it is for you. And of course you exist for satisfying Srila Prabhupada and their lordships. So thank you. So that's one thing. Another thing is I have been acknowledging various devotees, or recognizing or appreciating various devotees who are serving in this community, one at a time every Sunday. So today I would like to speak something about Amala Atmana Prabhu. Where is he? Where is he? Come here. This usually that is your Where is Shraddha? Okay, stand up. So, that is Shraddha. So, before I say anything about Amalatmana Prabhu, I have to separately say something about her another day. So that's why I'm not calling her here. Husband and wife team thing is not happening. So, Amalatmana Prabhu, actually these both of them, I came to know through Gita camp. Which year was that?
That was 2019.
2019? COVID year?
2020 COVID started.
Yeah, so 2019 they came and they were living in Shamburg at that time. And I had invited, they came here with their two amazing children, wonderful children. Just like, there are many children I came to know through Gita camp. Like when Ravi and Yash, when they started coming, they were really small, but I really enjoyed just being with them because they were such amazing brothers. Similarly, these Amalatmana's two children, a boy and a girl, full of energy and full of enthusiasm and very knowledgeable too, and they are extraordinary kids. And that's how I came to know the parents, and the parents were, I did not know much about them other than talking about the children. But then they went to India, just like many people who went back to India. And then they came back to, which place was that? Connecticut, yeah. And then from there, they made a conscious effort to come back to Naperville. So you can imagine they appreciated this community very much. And they came back and they started serving here. So many things. Amalatmana Prabhu volunteered to manage that computer. I don't know what he does with it. But I always see him sitting there. So it is better for me not to know that, because it's better to leave things to those who are experts, right? So he was doing that. And that is Amalatmana Prabhu. And not only that, as he said, he was washing pots and cleaning the kitchen. Yeah. Cleaning the kitchen, washing pots, managing the computer, and I don't know what else, so many things. So the children are also very active here. So you can imagine that this is like an extraordinary amount of service that is going on, but you don't see his face anywhere. So here I called him. Please give him a big hand and our appreciation. Thank you, Amalatmana Prabhu. So today's Sunday feast is sponsored by 4 families. Sadish Madhabhushi. They are sponsoring Sunday feast because it is the death anniversary of the late Venkatesh Madhabhushi, who was a devotee in ISKCON. I don't know which place. Then there is Rima Pillai celebrating, let me first see if Satish and family are here. Satish and family, they are here because there is prasadam for them. No? Okay. Then we have Rima Pillai celebrating Priya Pillai's birthday. Anybody here from the family? No. Vimal Kumar in memory of his father Jayant Kumar Vijay. Here? Yeah. Please come. And where is the prasadam? Thank you so very much, Prabhu. And Shilpi Malik, it's a Shraddha day of her father-in-law, Sunil Kumar Malik. Is she here? Shilpi Malik? No. Okay, but as I always say, that whether it is in memory of a departed soul or celebrating a birthday or whatever it is in our life, we have nothing else, no other way of celebrating other than chanting the holy names of Krishna and appealing for the mercy of their lordships. And they are extraordinarily merciful. You can see that in our Bhagavatam distribution efforts, because without their mercy we wouldn't distribute one Bhagavatam here. So let us please chant after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And thank you all for being here. And I think prasadam is, it's, oh, downstairs. Okay, so it is not raining. So please honor the prasadam on behalf of all these devotees who sponsored. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hare Krishna.